So last question that I have for you. There's this exercise I love to do called plant a vision
Mm.
because, we live in a world that has a lot of problems and we need new solutions and we need to build new solutions. But before we can build solutions, we need to plan solutions. Before you can plan a solution, you need to imagine a solution. So this is the role of artists, of poets, of writers, is to plant the visions that can be taken, planned, and eventually built. But not to put you on the spot, but if you could offer a brief vision that you could plant in this conversation, what is your vision for that world?
It's kind of small and precious, which is I have a lot of friends right now who are new mothers and friends who are recent mothers. And even though they are very feminist and in really egalitarian, amazing relationships, they're struggling. And I think I would love to be a mother someday. I don't know if with my physical health and my circumstances that will be possible, but it's something I think about motherhood a lot, or like in a non-gendered way. I think about being a person responsible for another little being, bringing it into the world in this time. And I think about how physically exhausting and isolating it is. And I think something I've been really trying to feel into is how can we create communities that hold mothers and are surrounded by grandmothers? Like, I really, really like where everything centers grandmothers, the elders, the elephant grandmothers, and the elephant whales. We see these whale pods, these elephant groups fall apart when the grandmother wisdom dies. Like,
Mm,
how can we center grandmothers, grand elders, grand queers in our communities, like really in every decision, everything we do, every party we have, like every event, the elders are in a circle around us and we are supporting, feeding, nourishing new mothers. Like I that feels so important to me. Increasingly so. Like how can I, as a young person who's childless, there's such an impulse to like want to turn away from that and to turn away from the pain of people who are really on the front lines in terms of like physical exhaustion and navigating uncertainty in the long game of climate change that kids represent. And so I think the vision I want to plant and plan and pray towards, move towards is community that is a ring of grandmothers around a nucleus of mothers and in a
mm.
non-gendered way. For me, it's more about that, like anyone can do it, that kind of like caretaking energy, that post-menopausal, post-reproductive energy encircling these people who have used their bodies and their time to care for offspring.
Beautiful. Yeah, I heard that I don't know how true this is. You always hear stories about, what took place in indigenous cultures. But I've heard that in certain indigenous cultures there were like a council of grandmothers
That's
that
what I was thinking of. Yeah, I keep thinking about, and I also think about how I haven't had that in my life. Like a lot of the female elders in my life were died, because of, my grandmother died of glyphosate poisoning because she's an English woman who gardened her roses with glyphosate. And I think about all of the elders in my life who I wish were there to give me wisdom, and how so many of us are without that cushion and that perspective.